Our cold opening song this week is called Into the Wolf Glen. It's from Stephen Cogswell. Get it at awtfy.com. That's awtfy.com/wolf.
I'm pretty sure Wolf Glen 99 composed all the music for our up for Grammy consideration comedy album.
You're just gonna drop that?
Tiki Tiki.
Name that, nerd.
Tiki Tiki.
Fuck that fish.
Tiki Tiki.
I ain't seen shit of it. I ain't seen shit in the past, man.
Can we make a song out of this? Tiki Tiki.
All of you are a queef out of a space pussy when it comes to Wolf Glen 99, including Cogswell. Cogswell never fought a fucking useless compared to Wolf Glen 99. Yeah, I've gotten into fights with kids.
Just give up.
Keep going, man.
Oh, you beautiful people. We are live in Austin, Texas for Night Attack, bringing you the best of the worst of the inner Ted. The inner Ted, not the exterior Ted, the real inner Ted. And to help me deconstruct it, I brought in a professor of philosophy from OAK. It's JRY. What's up, Justin Robert Young?
Well, you see, when you get inside, Mr. Turner, that's when you only see the true him.
Yeah, over here is the emptiness in his heart when he gave $1 billion to the UN and watched it frittered away.
Wow. Big shots against Ted Turner. Bam, bam, bam.
Ah, what's he gonna do? Colorize me? Topical humor. Who's old? Hey, man, how was your week?
That was someone doing workout tapes by Fondo. All right. Hey, man, I'm doing great. I've done a lot of podcasts today. Here are the things that I've talked about professionally.
Okay.
Politics.
Yep.
Spider-Man. Hearthstone. Facebook's new cryptocurrency, Libra. TikTok. And then literally whatever else we're going to talk about right here.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you brought it up because today's topics include Spider-Man, TikTok, Libra, and the other shit you said. I don't even know. Politics. There you go.
Yeah, man. No, it's been a crazy day, wild day. Been talking about
How do you
stuff.
still have energy? Is your secret sauce the vermouth you're drinking?
Yeah, I've been drinking straight vermouth. You know, that's my shit now. It's my secret power. I just like every once in a while. Hey, kids, if you're ever worried about giving a big talk or something at school, just do yourself a favor. Pour yourself 2 fingers of straight vermouth. Don't worry, your parents don't check that bottle.
That's actually pretty good advice.
Take a sip, and next thing you know, you're right as rain here.
Hot damn, man. Dude, I had an insane week, and I'm about. Wait, I guess we should announce that. Anybody? Are there any Comic-Con fans in the audience? San Diego Comic-Con coming up this weekend.
Shit. Yeah, so we have a lot to plug, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah, we're not. Are we doing anything at Comic-Con?
Yeah, we're doing drinking alone at a bar con, playing Hearthstone side by side. Come see it live in person.
So yeah, you will be at Comic-Con on Saturday, July 20th, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. You are on the Next Gen Nerds panel.
Yes, and in the spirit of Next Gen Nerds, I brought my daughter, who will not be attending my panel because she wants to go see some other shit. So enjoy that.
Which is amazing. That's so good. That's,
Like she's, whatever, Dad.
That's so fantastic.
I'm gonna go see dragons.
You can also come and see, well, you can say hi to me. I'm not going to be doing shit, but the Joey Ryan documentary, This Is Wrestling, is screening Thursday at 3 p.m. That was, of course, directed by the namesake of the Dirks rule herself, Katie Dirks, and her husband, James. They made that movie, and I'm in it very briefly, but I'm going to come and support them on Thursday. So if you happen to be at Comic-Con, come out to that, and then I may or may not be at the Stone Brewing place on Thursday night. for their little event.
Yeah, I guess my schedule is I'm getting in on Thursday in time to see you in the documentary. And by the way, the fact that you made it into the trailer, I figured that you would be more prominent in the story, but I guess you're only in there for a touch.
I'm in. If you've seen the trailer,
You've seen your bit. Okay, all right.
No, I'm just a talking head, effectively in the film. Which, by the way, we were talking. By the way, become a patron. Get the pre-show faster than anybody else. But that was on an edible far more considerable than 5 milligrams. That was an accidental ingesting of half a chocolate bar that I did that interview on. So that's pretty fun.
So so I've got your thing on Thursday, and then my thing on Saturday morning, and then I fly right on back. But I guess Friday's kind of wide open. If anybody has suggestions, hit us up on the tweeters and let us know what we should go do.
Justin R. Young.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a thing. But we also do have an actual Night Attack live show to talk about.
Oh, we get to plug that too. Fourth line credits. Yay!
Set that up.
It's funny because we've all joked, me, you, and Bryce, about the summer music festival posters. That there's always like 3 bands and then the sign of you aging is that you know less and less of the bands below that. Like from the bottom, they could all be Quick Brown Fox jumps over the Lazy Dog. And Lazy Dog has parenthetical DJ set next to it.
Also, from the beginning, back in the BB Live show days, we talked about how we don't want to be the Grateful Dead. We don't even want to be Fish. We want to be the String Cheese Incident. And now we finally realize our dream.
We do. So, oh, God damn it.
The Out of Bounds Festival?
Out of Bounds Comedy Festival. Out of Bounds Comedy Festival. In Austin, Texas. Look at you boys right there. We're only a few names into the featuring section. Right
Fourth line out of 14. Look at all those names I don't even recognize down below. And the names I don't recognize above us. Look at us. We're right there near the top.
I'll say we made the top. We made above the fold of alphabetizing people's names.
After
so
that,
you've got the headliners, and then the second segment that's all alphabetized, and then everybody else. And we made that second.
Oh, God damn it, Brian! We're renaming this podcast AAA plus podcast.
Although I am thrilled that we're, I guess alphabetic. We're in the featured bit alphabetically before available cup holders. But
we're not in and we're in featured.
Yeah.
I do love the name just behind us of Y'all We Asian. Like, I want to go see whoever they are because that's an amazing name.
Yeah, big shout out to Y'all We Asian. Let's do a collab.
Fun fact, the venue that we're in is the exact room that 19 years ago to the month I rented out to do 3 public shows. I was the first performer to sell out the Hideout Theater downstairs in 2000, August, I guess late July and August of 2000, and 19 years later, we're going to be back doing Night Attack in the same venue. Let's sell it out again, man. It's going to be great.
Dude, that is actually my happiest thing because we can pull back the curtain because I don't think it's going to happen because I've been working on it for a while and I haven't been able to make it happen. But there was a goal of mine that I really, really, really wanted to do a live show in a venue that meant a lot to me in New York. I'm still working on doing a New York show. I want us to do a New York show, but I really wanted that venue. And I have been bothering the people that run it for months now with no success. But I'm very happy. I feel like it is the karmic retribution if that is not to be that we get to do the place where you first began your professional
I believe it is the first place. It is the literal location that I invented the Mr. Happy Pants routine, and probably you could definitively say that set of 3 shows was the template, the core of what became the college show that I toured for 15 years afterward with.
Oh, dude. I'm so pumped. So the show, at least as we know, is August 27th. That is a Tuesday at the Hideout in Austin, Texas at 8:30. If any of that changes, we will update you, and we will, of course, get you guys tickets ticket links and everything as soon as it happens. If you are in Austin, they do definitely have badges for the
entire
whole
thing. You can
organic
get a
festival, which
wristband.
has. I mean, you can go see Y'all We Asian, which I've heard is great. So go check that out. But it's $100, but you're gonna get a ton of comedy, which is awesome. So go ahead and check that out.
OOBfest.com. OOBfest.com.
Oob Fest.
Ooh.
Not to be confused with
Out
Boob
of Bounds
Fest.
comedy. Yeah, man, that's gonna be busy because we're doing that on Tuesday, and then I go out to Dragon Con. I think I'm gonna fly
DC.
right from Austin to fucking Dragon Con.
The good news is hopefully by then you'll be able to stay at a certain 7-acre schwood. I believe we're getting AC at the place like next week. Yeah,
Wow.
stuff is really happening.
Are you willing to put a date? Now, periodically, I like to ask you. I know I don't want to put pressure. You know, at one point there was a foolhardy version of yourself that laughingly said we'd be in there by Christmas. But are you willing now? Are you willing now to put a date on when the first night attack from the puppy might happen?
It might be by that time that you're there because enough is set up by now, and I already have 2 guests set up for before Labor Day weekend.
So it's about 5 weeks from now?
Yeah. Like I believe we might be 2 or 3 weeks from being able to start plugging stuff in.
Uh-oh. So wait, you're saying that we could do the first night attack?
I
from
don't want to get pinned down on this. You know that it's going to be trouble if I do, but I'm absolutely stating for a fact that we will definitely have our first night attack from the new studio. By that time, may or may not involve actual studio production facilities. It doesn't matter. We'll record something there by time.
Not to mention our show.
God.
Not to mention the Out of Bounds show is during the normal night attacks. So we'll talk and figure out how we schedule that out. But keep an eye out on social media. We'll let you guys know what that looks like.
Yeah, I think that smells like we do an early show, and then we can have that one either in the bank or we can then put it next week. Yeah,
dude, it's gonna be great. Hey man, I went to VidCon.
For Austin locals, you would basically, if we did a show on Monday and then a show on Tuesday, you'd be getting 2 days worth of night attack.
Hells yeah. I went to VidCon. You know the VidCon?
Oh my God. All right. So here's the only thing that I knew that would 100% be true about your trip to VidCon. You're going to tell us some amazing stories, but I want to get this out of the way right now. VidCon at the Anaheim Convention Center is built to be dangerous and kill tweens.
Oh, okay. Yes, but not as much as fucking Disneyland. Like I went to Disneyland and I was so confused. I was like, is it just a Southern California thing that everybody's an asshole? They're constantly either standing in my way, walking in, not moving their shoulders, trying to barrel me over or what? And then I realized after like an entire day there that it's like, oh, Disneyland is literally half the size with the same number of attractions as the Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom has wide aisles for people to walk through.
And by the way, please everybody understand that Brian said Magic Kingdom, only one of the fully functioning theme parks of Walt Disney World. Like not Animal Kingdom, not Epcot, not Hollywood Studios. The Magic Kingdom, just the one part, 1/3 as big. This is why I always, all these California assholes that have grown up with this glorified fucking carnival, they all like, oh my God, it's so good. You can get to everything. No, you have the same amount of slack-jawed yokels wandering around trying to take selfies of each other. And then next thing you know, you go to that pathetic, disgusting McDonald's version of a castle as opposed to the
oh my God, you're not kidding. That castle's so tiny. We just, every time we turn this on, we're like, oh my God, it's so tiny. But then they do have the Star Wars world already there. And let me just say definitively, and this is as somebody who has seen Star Wars World at Disneyland, Star Wars World will be fucking great when it comes to Walt Disney World. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, Brian, you are opening up new frontiers of ways that I can fuck with the Disneyland people. I'm so excited that you revealed this to me. Yes. You want to know what? This is what I always say, and I know, all right, all joking aside, Walt Disneyland is a great place to be, and it is, above all else, a great first draft. It's just a great first draft.
Sure.
It's just a nice practice. It's a good practice run, right?
Well,
when you're
like-
not totally serious.
Here's what Disneyland is great for, is when you think to yourself, I wish the lines were twice as long, but they were half the number of rides in Space Mountain. We got you covered, bro. Like, it's great. It's so small, there's only one coaster running instead of two.
Yeah. You want to know what? The way Walt's vision was. Yeah. It's a reason. I bet you that Motel 6 right across the street really gave Walt a fucking boner. I imagine he loved that shit.
No, it was lovely. And also flying the Millennium Falcon was super cool. It was fun.
All right. So, yeah, I'm super pumped to go to Galaxy's Edge. But give me the VidCon shit.
Okay, so the only reason for years, ever since VidCon launched, here and there people would go to it, and I was just like, hey, man, is that a thing I should go to? And the answer was always the same. It's like, not going to do a lot of business, but if you want the experience of getting recognized and having people say, oh, you're the guy who does the thing, oh, man, can't be beat. And I'm like, I'm a full-time touring stage magician, and every time I go to a college, it's a meetup for all of my fans in that area. So it doesn't sound like there's much there for me, so I never went. And then my 11-year-old daughter says, Dad, we have to go to VidCon. And I was like, okay, why? And she's like, because my YouTubers that I watch are going to be there, and I can meet them. I'm like, all right, cool. So fairly last minute, we make it happen. And so I investigate, and it turns out that my old boss from Revision 3 is in charge of all of VidCon. Jim
You are
Lauderback.
selling yourself short. You are selling yourself short, because I remember you talking to me about this before New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, which for Brian Brushwood might as well be you were planning it as soon as you came out of the womb.
Well, okay,
This is infinite planning comparatively. You made it happen. You were super dad. You made your daughter's weekend in a way that is uncommon for you, because normally it is totally last minute, including what we're going to get to about
It was still pretty last minute because I didn't plan it up. Like I sort of put the ball in the 11-year-old's court to make sure that she understood how the thing worked, because I was just like, yeah, just find out how it works and who you want to see and we'll make it happen. Turns out 11-year-olds, not super self-starters, not
wait,
list
hold on.
makers.
This is something I don't know then, because you send that initial email to your old boss at Rev 3, who now runs VidCon, like on New Year's Day, on January 1st, 2019.
Oh, that's right, because you were there.
Sitting at the bar
Yeah.
in Vegas when you sent that email. And so you're telling me that then you just told your 11-year-old, anyway, figure out, I'm sure he got back to you fairly quickly, and then you told your 11-year-old, anyway, let me know what you want, and I'll ask him for it.
Yeah,
and then that lasted until a week before.
So there's there was on New Year's Day, I was like, Jim Lauderback, I'm coming to VidCon. Anything you need me for, let me know. And he's like, cool, I will. No communication for 6 months. And it like SpongeBob voice, 6 months later. And then I'm like, oh, we're going to the thing. And then and I'm like, hey, so did you need me for anything? And Jim's like, no, I don't. And I was like, well, and again, this is the hey bossening, is you don't say. Wait, what? Hold on. Whoa.
Oh, a wild invisible wife appears. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a round of applause for Bonnie Brushwood.
This is the first time you can say a legitimate "Hey, boss."
Oh, that's right. You are correct. And so I say, hey, boss, what's the best way for me to handle passes? Open-ended question, accurately describes the fact that I don't have passes, does not request anything specific, and what comes
and allows him to be the good guy. Like,
Right.
passes, you don't need no stinking passes.
or
Like,
conversely to say talk to Susie or use this 10% discount code or whatever. It allows him to dictate, and so he's like no, I'll get you insider industry badges, right? And so I go and I punch in the code, and let's see, Brian Brushwood and Josephine Brushwood, age 11, and it's like, and then I go and I look, and the discount has gone from How much do you think they were a piece? I'll give you a hint. The end price was $0. So before I entered the code, what do you think the price tag for the badges we got was?
okay, so Industry Insider, what I'm going to assume that's marketed toward are the people that are trying to do business there.
This is the industry track, right? There's a separate area that only industry track people could go to, and separate presentations. One of the things I saw there was the amazing Daryl Eves presentation on the latest on the YouTube algorithm and stuff. Lots of awesome wonky stuff in there.
a K? 1,000?
Almost. It was $8.50 a piece, and so
I don't doubt it, because that's big business. I mean, like when you say that television's dying, that's the upfronts. Like that's where the people meet for the new advertising dollars to be dispensed.
So we do that, and then we get in, late on the very first day on Wednesday, and then on Thursday it's like, okay, how do we get our badges? We get our badges, get that all worked out, and then I start checking on Twitter, and all the tweets are about how Disneyland is a ghost town, and so I say to Josie, I was like, "You want to go to Disneyland?" And so we did, and we went there twice, and it was amazing. By the end of the first full day, my Pebble beeped at me, and I looked down, and it said, "Normally by today, you've completed 4,500 steps. Today, you've done 28,994 steps. Keep on crushing it."
Because that's like, if you've never been to the Anaheim Convention Center, like you can literally walk from the convention center to Disney and back. Like everything is very, very walkable between everything. And you don't want to get a car or an Uber if you don't have to, because it's more annoying to do that.
Yeah, and it takes longer because you have to go out to the freaking parking lots where you're just going to take a tram in anyway. So we did walk it multiple times, and it was a great time. And we did a little bit of the Expo Center. And Josie had a couple of YouTube celebrity sightings. And then the second day, it's like, okay, this is the day. This is Friday. We're going to really do VidCon. And it's very clear, like Josie's whole goal is to collect photos with her favorite YouTube stars or whatever. And I see on the schedule all the meet and greets, but I don't really know how it works. And so I talked to the parents of Jaden Animations who were working the booth, and, parent to parent, you're able to speak a little bit differently. And so parent to parent, I'm like, "Hey man, I don't speak VidCon." And they're like, "Neither do we." And I was like, "So how does this meetup stuff work?" And they're like, "Well, step one, get a time machine, go back 2 months ago and sign up for the fucking lottery, you fucking noob." And then,
God, such language from Jaden.
well, it was Jaden's
And then they
mom.
gave him the Italian high sign and put their cloth cap on backwards and spit on the floor.
Well, and so they're all like, "Oh, you could have maybe caught her after she did her presentation yesterday. You weren't doing something dumb like going to Disneyland, were you?" And I was like, "Ah." No. And so I was like,
By the
"Oh."
way, the one thing Josie had on her pre-planning was the presentation.
Yes. Okay. Look, we had a great time. We smuggled.
All right, come on, Bonnie.
Hot
Don't
spice.
tug on Super Dad's cape here. Like, you took it there into Disneyland. It's fine.
Well, so and then after that disappointing blow, it's like, well, we'll walk around. Maybe we'll encounter more people. We'll do the expo or whatever. And then we go watch. I see that it's the first fireside chat that Jim Lauterbach is hosting. So I'm like, "Kiddo, you're gonna find this super boring, but I really want to go see this." And so we did, and we watched the whole thing. And then afterwards, pro tip: whoever you're seeing, the moment it's over, just go to the back part of whatever auditorium it is, and they're almost certainly there to meet anyone. So it's like it could be Twitter CEO or whatever, and nobody will be out there. There'll be 2,000 people there for the presentation, but as soon as it's over, there'll be 3 people waiting to speak candidly one-on-one to them. So the moment it was over, I was like, well, here, come on over. And we saw Jim. We're like, oh my God, it's so great to see you and all this stuff. And Jim was super gracious, super excited, really wanted to connect, obviously doing a million things because he's fucking running VidCon, right? And but he goes, all of a sudden he freezes and he looks me right in the eye and he holds up a finger. He goes, I have a gift for you. And I was like, oh, great. And so we walk over and he grabs these yellow wristbands that, and he's about to hand it over and he pauses and then in my mind for the story, I'm going to say he glances over at Josie briefly, but I don't think he actually did. He goes, these are wristbands for the VIP party at the Expo Center. None of the creators are allowed to go to the Expo Center because they will create a riot when they get there. So instead, we have a 3-hour party where all of the exhibits stay open, and it's their opportunity to not get mobbed. And again, in my imagination, he glances over at Josie, and he's just like, so, I mean, you'll be cool, right? Again, imagination glancing over at Josie. I was like, yes. Super cool, right? So I grab it, and so I explained to Josie, hey, just so you know, we're going to go to this cool party. A bunch of your favorite YouTubers will be there. But just here's the thing. YouTubers are not Pokemon. So you don't get to catch them all and you can't do selfies. And she was like, okay. And then and she goes, oh, wait, I see people signing badges. Maybe I'll can we get a Sharpie, Dad? And then I can sign it. I was like, kiddo, you're not sticking with the spirit of what I'm trying to say here. This is their opportunity to have time to themselves. And she was just like, so you're saying they hate their fans or whatever? I'm like, kiddo, imagine your dad does magic all day for 6-8 hours. And then he's at a party where he's told he doesn't have to do magic. And then somebody comes up and says, hey man, can I see a trick? And to be courteous, he does one trick. Next thing you know, there's a crowd. Suddenly he's doing magic. And she kind of got it, right? And then we go to the party. She is cool as can be. Like, she has been primed of like, just be cool, have a good experience with everybody, right? Yeah. And so she we go to this thing. It is like, I am already ready to apologize for her not seeing nearly the number of her favorite YouTube stars that I thought she would get to.
That had been promised either explicitly or implicitly.
Right. Turns out she saw all the YouTube stars. And in fact, it was like a grad night party. It was a after prom all night party, but everybody you know from YouTube. We're in the Nerf Fortnite booth, having a giant Nerf battle, and I'm shooting Rhett and Link. We are it's unreal. And the funny part is I realize because YouTube is so siloed, how few people I recognize and how many she does. So there's like a couple of people that she's like involuntarily like, oh, and then ends up taking selfies with or whatever. She's having a great time. I met oh man, I don't know his full username, but Boogie from YouTube. We really connected and had a good time. And so at the party, I walk over to Boogie. I'm like, hey, how's it going? It's good to see you at the party yesterday or whatever. And then it's like, we're playing this fun game where my daughter recognized everybody who's more famous than me. And then I turn to the guy and I'm like, hey man, I'm Brian. And he's like, oh, I'm so-and-so. And it's like, I'm like, what do you do? Just keeping the party alive. And he's like, oh, I run a gaming channel under the name Jacksepticeye. and then I got to which I respond,
and then fucking Josie punches you in the thigh and is like, "Play it cool, Dad."
At which point I respond, "Cool. So how's your con going?" It was amazing, and what was really weird was I had expected a few people to recognize me at VidCon because, I don't know, 11 years of scam school and whatnot. But instead, like maybe 5 people the entire 2.5 days on the outside did. But at the VIP party, it was all the people who grew up watching YouTube. And it was like nonstop. And as a dad, it was awesome to be constantly stopped and have people talk about how much they enjoy our stuff. And then I ask, what do you do? And they're all like, oh, I work on blank, one of Josie's favorite shows or whatever. So it was a super dad moment. It was really, really great.
Dude. VidCon, a magical moment between father and daughter.
Yeah,
But if you'd like a magical moment of your own, you can head on over to patreon.com/nightattack. Patreon.com/nightattack gives you the same feeling that a father would have, bringing joy to his daughter's heart, except you bring money to our pockets. If you head over there and give us money, then you'll get access to the pre and post show, where I can be embarrassed by how little my edible dosage is. And then whatever we're going to talk about after this show. Friends, patreon.com/nightattack is a joy and a gift. And if you would like to be part of it, you can head over there right now. Patreon.com/nightattack.
Yeah. Also, if you've been on the fence thinking like, I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll be a patron, guess who's out of money, dumping it into a wonderful black hole to create a studio that will definitely be done by Labor Day. So now's a really
the week
good
before
time.
Labor Day. Week before Labor Day.
Now's a really good time to become a patron at patreon.com/nightattack. Plus, if you are a new patron or you increase your pledge, you have a chance to randomly be shouted out in a little segment we like to call...
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Night Attack new Patreon name chant corner hour.
It's an hour of it. You ever have that moment that you're sitting in a bar and somebody walks in and you're like, oh, goddamn, I think I know that person. And you're like, no.
Oh, God, yeah. No, it happens all the time. I love that. I love looking at people.
Yeah, but it's like on the tip of your tongue. You're like, that's the and then
Oh, God, yeah. No, you're looking at them and you're like, I know their name. You're the name person, aren't you?
well, but then
Like that?
you talk yourself out of it. You're like, no, maybe it can't be them. No way.
That's not Michael Jackson. He's dead.
Yeah, and then but then you find yourself face to face, and then you look at someone and you see on their neck is a tattoo from your show.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Is that the one and only?
Well, and so you shake hands. You're like, hey, it's me, Justin. And you make sure to say, it's me, Justin. So, like, you're not acting like you're introducing, but you leave it open-ended because maybe you know this person, maybe you don't. And then this person looks you in the eye and with a heavy, thick Australian accent says, "G'day, mate. It's me, new repatron Ev Lloyd. This is my baby Blurch."
Oh, my God. Ev Lloyd.
Ev Lloyd.
Ev Lloyd. Ev Lloyd. God, Ev Lloyd, the best, man. I mean, it's been recorded by science. Like, he's the actual best. Him and his wife and the baby Blurch are one of our OG Australian fans. Love Ev Lloyd.
Yeah, doing the Lord's work, making beautiful beers down under. That was one of my favorite parts of a year ago when we went to Gold Coast. It was amazing. Thank you, Ev Lloyd.
Thank you. And of course, every single week we record our podcast live on twitch.tv/Night Attack. People watch us live right here. I want to thank everybody who is taking in the program here tonight. But we also read some of the names and tell a story, more importantly. The Lenina. You know, when I first set sail on the Lenina, I went westward toward the sun button.
Yes, well, and of course, Bob Callie, the only one true fan that ever loved the show, nobody else exists, acknowledged that maybe somebody named Bobcat was a lesser deity in the pantheon of Diamond Club.
But let's not get fatted like the bio cow. We're here to live a lean sailor's existence, I said. And indeed, it was Bob Callie that I remembered was the one true fan.
Indeed. He said, "For I so loved the chat room, I gave my only begotten 1,100 bits." And he goes, and then he drops a mic and says, "Benito Boom Crash."
But it was Ren Igu, who was my first mate at the time, before he died of dysentery, who eventually knew the way home.
Yes, and then Curtis LaRock picked up a spider, but he got a Spider by Zero, who also, I was just kidding about whoever I said before. Spider by Zero is the only one true fan. Everyone else can eat a dick.
Yep, and that's a Dan Wally truth.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bop. Bring.
Brian, I would like to introduce to you our guest here today. Welcome back to the show, one of our favorite people. He was a fast friend last time, And this time, I'm sure that we're going to ruin all of that. He is positivity streamer here on Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, LowBro!
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, LowBro, every time you show up, you are in a more upgraded spaceship. Tell us, which port did you spend your ill-begotten spice gains in order to get this upgrade?
I don't know which sport it was, but it was something fun enough to get all the crazy neon lights that we have currently.
It's amazing, dude.
It's an addiction. I can't stop. I see more neon, more color, and I'm like, I need more. And I have 18 Philips Hue lights and 30 nanoleaf later, and I've realized I have an addiction.
So your set looks amazing. Do yourself a favor. If you are listening on podcast, just go ahead on over. Just type it on into your phone or in your computer, twitch.tv/LowBroWatch, right?
Thank you.
God, I would love to believe that you begin each episode by saying, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to go on a journey through your hearts? And then it's like, set warp to love. Let's go. Also, Katal Stalia is the only person who's ever loved us. Nobody else exists.
I'm now kind of slightly inspired to do a late night talk show about love and loving.
Hey man, how's your life been?
Wait, hold on. What would you call it? What would you call your show about love and loving? That would be late night.
I think I gotta go with the classic name, like Late Night with LowBro or something. I don't know.
You wouldn't go for LowBro?
No.
Yeah, I just feel like that fits. That just makes sense.
Late night with the lover LowBro.
Oh, there you go, lover LowBro.
The lover LowBro. Keep it on the LowBro.
I'm honored to be back on the show. Thanks, guys.
LowBro down low. Is that your email subscription?
I mean that might give a different connotation, but you want to know what? It's 2019. Who cares?
Thank you.
Look, LowBro's here. We're very happy to have you. Very excited that you are back on the show. Bryce, we have a game that we're gonna play, right?
We do have a game that we're going to play tonight. This is
God,
there
cool.
we go.
You remember that, Brian? The hot yeah.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me, man? That found its way.
I use that to this day.
Yeah. It was so good that I ended up dropping it in one of the intro segments to the Modern Rogue. So now over at the Modern Rogue,
Stole it from Modern Rogue.
People are putting hashtag hot yeah on there. Yeah.
That's amazing, dude. That's incredible. I really need to watch that. Listen to that. Yeah.
So we got BioCow in the chat, who I don't remember exactly why he had this hair to do so. A lot of the games that we have on here are just based off of data sets or lists or what have you. So he went and got a good list of the Rotten Tomatoes score and box offices for all of the Saturday Night Live movies.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm feeling it.
I heard that through someone's mic.
That was Bonnie.
Oh, that Bonnie's here.
Yeah.
I missed that. Hi. How's it?
She's working on something.
Yeah,
over there.
Bonnie.
Yeah.
She is the invisible wife, LowBro. So
I know. I remember that.
yeah, you never know. She's
Kind
very
of.
sneaky.
That's
Oh,
great.
she's
No,
okay.
yeah,
you
she's
gotta
modeling
talk into the mic.
Yeah. Also, you have to talk into the mic and also face the camera. So,
Okay, she's making a mask.
Neither.
She's making like an aardvark. Is that like an aardvark mask?
yeah, it's an aardvark
and
from
a horn.
Aardvark
Just
Kingdom
holding
Hearts.
up her
Kingdom
artwork to her
Hearts
head and not
aardvark.
describing what it is for the audio
This
listeners.
is a mask. It's a mask.
It's great radio.
It's great.
It's a mask. I couldn't speak with my
It's an
ear
aardvark.
An aardvark. Yes. It turns out that cosplay is a bitch and it's really hard. Penny is going as Eva.
Why are you looking to me for support? I got nothing.
I don't know. Something from Kingdom Hearts is like this character, and she has a fox face. So this is a fox. Base.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Big fox ears. But
So-
she worked for 3 months. She took a lesson every week. And she made a beautiful cosplay costume, and I'm just trying to make a mask that almost is worthy of it because it looks
Because
really
the
good.
costume is where the heat's at, huh? All right. So how does the game work, Bryce?
So we are going to play Price is Right rules because we do have 3 people. So Price is Right rules works. And I'm going to give you a Saturday Night Live movie, so a film based off of one of the Saturday Night Live sketches.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to tell me what you believe the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter is on that film.
Oof.
The closest person without going over will get a point, and whoever gets as closest will also get a chance within $1 million to guess the U.S. domestic box office of that film.
Okay.
Getting all
extra
these
point.
perfect, guaranteed.
All right, I'm ready.
Not one wrong.
All right, so we're going to start with Brian. This is not an example because this is a very easy one. We'll start with Brian here. We're going to start with the 2010 movie MacGruber, starring Will Forte and Kristen Wiig. MacGruber. What do you think the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter is for MacGruber?
I
believe
believe
it's tomatometer.
I believe that it was well received critically, but a box office disaster. So I'm going to say 77% positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
77%. Okay. Justin?
41%.
41%. All right, Lobro.
Remember, critics hate comedy.
Lobro, do you like
50%.
MacGruber? Did you see MacGruber?
Yeah, MacGruber's great. That's probably the only SNL movie I know.
You know who loves MacGruber? Christopher Nolan.
Really?
Yeah, apparently Christopher Nolan loves MacGruber.
All right, so
All right.
what's your pick,
Oh
Lobro?
no, shit! No! I'm thinking of the other one. I'm thinking of Hot Rod, or the one with Andy Samberg.
Oh, okay. A different movie.
Yeah,
Got it.
no,
got it.
yeah, no, not MacGruber. I don't know who likes MacGruber.
What? I'm offended.
All right.
I
what-
grew up with
I like
MacGyver and I
MacGruber.
love it.
I just not
Fine. I'm not offended. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah.
all right,
All right,
Lobro, what do you think the tomatometer was?
50%.
50%. All right, we've got a winner here. And it's going to be one Justin Robert Young.
Holy crap! Really?
48%
Oh.
on the tomatometer.
Ah. Wow.
Audience score was only 35% for MacGruber. It
Wow.
too often mistakes shots. All right, for an extra point, Justin, what did the U.S. box office, as reported on by Box Office Mojo, say for MacGruber? And if you get it within $1 million, you get an extra point.
Yeah, how can you miss it?
15 million. 15 million.
You say 15 million?
Yeah.
Brian's egging you down lower.
No,
You
15.
log in?
Is it?
All right. Unfortunately, you were a little too high. MacGruber only made $8.5 million.
Wow.
I'm actually impressed that it still made $8 million.
Yeah. By the way, directed by Jorma Takomi from the Lonely Island.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, interesting. All right, so that's how the game works. Justin got 1 point. We're going to start with Justin for this next movie. We're talking about the... Oh, why is my screen all messed up? That's cool. That's fun. That's great. We are talking about the 1994 feature film It's Pat, starring Julia Sweeney. It's Pat.
Tomatometer on its
Tomatometer.
pat, huh?
Yep.
Or is it the tomato meter, right? It's pat. You don't know. That's the point. I'm going to say that it's pat got 48%.
48%. All right. Lobro, what do you think?
I-
Do you know
I-
It's Pat?
Gonna be honest, never heard of it, so I'm gonna play the game instead.
Can you wait, hold on, wait. Just show him a picture of it's pat.
Sure.
Just so I think you can get the premise of the sketch, the classic Julia Sweeney character. If you just see a picture,
You just could never tell if it's a guy or a girl, so everybody has to talk around it.
yeah. It sounds like a premise that's really, really, really built for an hour and a half worth of comedy.
I actually think I'd love this. So I'm guessing the tomato meter.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm doing?
That's right.
I'm gonna guess
As Price is
Four-
Right rules.
40%.
Okay.
It's like 40%.
All right, listen up. I'm gonna say something. You're gonna think like, oh, he's being hyperbolic, but I actually think this is the closest vote I have.
Okay.
When I say $1. $1.
1%.
One.
1%.
Uno.
So
Ladies
you are
and gentlemen,
saying sub You're saying sub? What'd you say, Lobro? 40?
I said 40.
Said 40.
You said 40.
I would say even if we
So-
weren't playing Price is Right rules, at 1%, I'm going to be closest.
Well, you would be closest, except It's Pat got 0%.
Wait, that means I lost my Price is Right rules. I didn't know 0 was an option. God damn it, that's bullshit.
I say that's the only.
You went too high, you big bin motherfucker.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I will say I
That's
won't give you the
actually
point for that
insane.
because you did get it wrong, but I will let you guess for an extra point, Brian. The box office return within $1 million.
$1 million.
According to Box Office Mojo, It's Pat only made $60,000
Holy
Oh my God.
when it was released August 26, 1994. So I'm
Yeah.
going to give you that point. I'm going to give you that point for that.
By the way, Julie Sweeney does a one-woman show, and she talks at one point about the amount of like real heartbreaking shit happening in her life at the exact moment that this movie and the promotion for it all happened.
Yeah.
Like she was dialed out and could not be bothered. Like she had legit shit going on in her life. I believe she was diagnosed with cancer at that time.
Oh my goodness.
And she was just like, yeah, I can't be bothered to promote this Saturday Night Live 90-minute sketch
Pat.
about whether or not it's a girl.
Actually, it's about 70 minutes, this movie.
You can't blame someone like that if they're going through cancer.
Oh yeah, no, it was
That's
crazy.
It's pretty tough.
It's time for androgyny.
It's Pat.
Yeah.
All right, Lobro, we're going to start with you on this one. We're talking about
All
the
right.
1993 film Wayne's World 2.
Oh, all right. I can game.
That's wild that It's Pat came out after Wayne's World 2. I in my head, I always would have put it before both Wayne's Worlds.
Well, Wayne's World kind of kicked off the Saturday Night Live movie renaissance. Before that, the only thing they had was Blues Brothers.
Blues
There was
Brothers, and that
nothing
was
between Blues
over
Brothers
10
and
years
Wayne's
before.
World.
So the Coneheads was after that then too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
1993? I got the whole list here, baby. All right, Lobro, I'm gonna put the feet to the fire. What do you think the tomato meter was for Wayne's World 2?
Channel your weird naked Indian.
I love Wayne's World, but I'm gonna put it at like 60%.
60%. All right. Brian.
I'm gonna remind you that this is Wayne's World 2,
Okay.
and so I'm gonna say 50%.
You say 50%. Justin.
I'm going to beat you both to death with your own shoes when I say that it's 41%.
Damn.
Oh man, look at that boldness. He didn't go for the $1. He knew you're gonna be an Icarus-looking motherfucker when it turns out to be 39%.
Oh yeah, because somebody actually plays the game instead of game theorying his way through life.
the rules are Price is Right.
All right. We do have a winner. Almost exactly right. One of you was. And that's going to be Lobro's guess of 60% because Wayne's World 2 got 61%.
Wow.
Dude, it's a good movie.
Is it?
I actually love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, Wayne's World 2 is not bad. Wayne's World 2 is really funny.
I
It
mean,
just isn't Wayne's World.
Yeah.
It's not Wayne's World, but it's still good.
All right, for an extra point, Lobro, within $1 million, how much did Wayne's World 2 make domestically in the United States?
And remember to cross all your T's and dot all your lowercase J's.
20 million. I don't know. I literally I'm blowing smoke. That's it. That's all I got.
20 million?
20 million.
I'm sorry. Wayne's World 2 opened to $48.1 million domestic.
Okay, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Apparently,
Wait, no. It made that.
All right, yeah,
It didn't
made.
open 40.
Sorry. Listen,
40.
I'm trying. Look,
It
we're playing a
opened
game here.
to and then kept on continuing to work really hard until
made
finally it made
$48.1.
$48 million.
So no bonus point. But now we got a tied game, folks. 1 to 1
Nice.
to 1. All right, Brian, we're back to you. On
I'll
this.
take it.
We are talking about the 1980 film The Blues Brothers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 70%.
I say 70%. All right, Justin.
See, now here's where some of this stuff gets cheater on Rotten Tomatoes, because they count the reviews that were written after the movie actually came out.
Right, like current reviews, and so
Or sometimes it's like the systems have changed, so they say they're newer, but these newspapers have old reviews, but they don't have links to stuff.
I mean, to be honest, my gut, Justin, said that I should go 85% based on the reputation for that movie, but I discounted it thinking, everybody loves to shit on old stuff.
Because that's the thing. Also, it's like, I would say, like, if you looked at Star Wars should have a negative tomatometer based on its reaction when it first came out.
Right.
Like, because it was
Okay,
shit on
that's
when it
fair.
first came out.
And that's also, we've talked about this before, but like Fight Club, at the time that it came out, Rotten Tomatoes was around and it had like 65%, but then over the years, it's just crept up higher and higher as people review it after the fact.
I had no idea. I'm obsessed with that movie, and I didn't even know that was a thing.
What, the Fight Club?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Yeah, no, it's a real
Fight
thing.
Club's awesome.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're talking to one
That's
of the
incredible.
world's most
I
boosters
love
for
that.
Fight Club.
The whole idea of that, like, movies can come out and, like, just everyone hates it, but, like, years later, people, learn to enjoy it. I love stories like that because...
fuck that. That's cowardly. Everyone should
Why?
have their original opinions, because all these new movies, everybody has to stick to their original opinions because they're now recorded. They're stuck in amber. They're that motherfucking mosquito in Jurassic Park. Like, they all have to understand that you shit on Fight Club, you shit on Star Wars, and maybe people would think differently before they shit on these movies. No, they go back there, or whatever fucking 12-year-old gets to write a new thing and says, like, I'm the New York Times now, and I think Star Wars is the best. I love lightsabers. Fuck you. Some old codger wrote that shitty review. So, Blues Brothers, I'm gonna say that now. The everybody is love the Blues Brothers, and everyone's wearing their stupid hats and getting their knuckles hit by nuns, and it's at Brian, what did you say?
He said,
Is that relevant to your estimate?
Piece of shit.
he said 70%.
85.
85%. All right, Lobro,
I'm gonna go somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna go with 80.
go 80%. All right. We've got, let's see, we've got a certified fresh movie and a certified fresh winner. The Blues Brothers currently has 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's Lobro. Speaking of Icarus,
Well done.
for an extra bonus point, Lobro, how much do you think?
God.
How much do you think within $1 million did the Blues Brothers make?
God.
Did the Blues Brothers 2000 make?
No, not Lobro.
Because that one's easy. The answer is $2,000.
40,000. I don't even know.
40,000, not 40 million?
Wait, no, 40 million. Sorry. 40,000. That's it. Cut it enough. No, 40 million.
40
Sorry.
million? All right.
Listen, okay? My brain's fried already.
Unfortunately, not quite enough. The Blues Brothers made $57.2 million.
Ooh, that is
All right,
in the
that's-
neighborhood, though. Well done.
That's close.
That's pretty
but
great.
No cigar. Very good. All right, it is 1-2 as we go to our next one. We're talking about the 1998 comedy, A Night at the Roxbury.
Oof.
We are going to start with...
Did you touch my ass? Did you touch my ass?
We're going to start with Justin on this one. Starring Chris Kattan and Will Ferrell, A Night at the Roxbury.
I'm going to say that A Night at the Roxbury on the tomatometer scored 25% of Emilio.
25%. All right, Lobro, what do you think? Have you seen The Night at the Roxbury?
Yes. It's been a few years, but it's definitely a movie that I remember vividly. The whole, like, I can't get that out of my head. I love 80s movies and music and all that. So, I really like it, but I can see how other people wouldn't like it. Maybe, like, what was the what did the I see your LaCroix, by the way, Joseph. Justin. Why did I say what? Justin. I know your name. Anyway, I'm obsessed with LaCroix. What was the last vote?
Justin guessed...
Is that relevant?
Justin guessed 25%.
25? No, I'm gonna guess like 60%.
6-0.
Yes.
All right, 60%. Brian Brushwood.
I'll go 30.
Really? Is it that low?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it was looked at as a ridiculous, like, can they scrape the bottom of the barrel harder?
The bottom of the sketch
Kind of
barrel,
exercise.
yeah.
Damn, I loved it. But I mean,
And
that was
meanwhile,
like,
I mean, like in hindsight, it doesn't look like as bad of a movie because it was a Ferrell movie. Will Ferrell eventually became the biggest comedy
Fair.
on the planet, so it's like in hindsight, it looks better than it did at the time where it came out, where it was like, really that like the sketch where the guys do the neck thing. We're gonna make an hour-and-a-half movie.
I'll be honest. I know I don't know movies nearly as well as both of you. So I mean, I'm willing to admit you guys are right. But let's see what happens.
We're gonna have to play Price is Right rules. Everybody is over
Oh, no!
for Night at the Roxbury. So we're gonna go back and very quickly get new answers. The lowest was 25% from Justin.
Oh my
We're
god!
gonna start with you, Justin.
1.
Say 1%. Lobro.
What?
He's done. 25% was too high.
10.
Say
10.
10%.
Oh, man. I
Brian.
got a real Sophie's choice here. I'm going to go with 2.
One of you was very close from almost getting it exactly right. The Night of the Roxbury has 11% on the tomatometer.
Damn it.
I swear to God, I'm just getting lucky. You guys know this shit way more than I do.
Oh, that's
I'll
amazing.
tell you what, I have an answer. What is love? Choices. Oh, and a 69% audience score.
That's
Nice.
Nice.
You know what's kind of
That's
funny
amazing, actually.
is listening to everybody talk about this is real good character development. You're just like, oh, because you get to know you guys a little bit through.
Through what? Our
Playing the
constant
game?
ribbing of each other?
Well, now that and also the breakdown of these films that are questionable and then like justifying them is.
Oh,
really,
got
like-
it. You're so you're saying like if you're gonna do a I don't know a traditional there and back movie, you would have the good-hearted Lobro who wants to love things, the
Yes.
jaded and cynical
Yeah.
game theorist Brushwood who just values nothing but his mad quest for power, like the vizier from Aladdin, and then you have the everyman Justin Robert Young who does everything right.
Get a description. He's the
I mean,
average
he's clearly the
Joe
protagonist
Schmo.
that you're supposed to project yourself into during the story.
I agree.
All right, Lobro for bonus point. How much did A Night at the Roxbury make domestically, as per box office mojo?
If it did that low, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for like 10 million. No. 2 million.
Whoa.
Look, it did really low.
I think you might have had it before.
You think I might have had it at 10? Do you think I should stick with 10?
Yeah, it's too
You,
late now.
follow your
Fine,
heart.
whatever. Fine. 2 million. Do it.
Doesn't matter. Wasn't even close. $30.3 million.
Whoa.
Probably-
Okay, no one could have guessed that.
Probably,
With a score that low, no one would have guessed 30
Probably
million.
still relatively low
so
for
it
a-
opened at 9. Opened at
it
$9
opened at
million.
9.6 million. Yeah,
That's
first-
actually kind of incredible.
still the fourth movie of the week, with only 9 million on that first weekend. All right, let's get into another one here. We're gonna start with Lobro. We're gonna start with you on this one.
Okay.
The 1993 comedy Coneheads.
Oh my God, I don't even know if I've seen this one all the way
Please
through.
prepare to consume mass quantities.
I'm literally just gonna guess out of my ass for this one.
Okay,
20%.
20%. All right, Brian.
Oh, I
don't even know.
I think it's higher than 20, but not that much higher. So I'll say 35%.
35%. Jeez.
I'm gonna go ahead and bet my Beldar that it's 37%.
Thank you for that margin, Your Highness.
Well, Lobro, I'm sorry to say you were a little too low. Justin, you were a little too high. Brian, you were exactly right. 35%, 37% audience score, but
Yeah.
that's not where
Also,
we're playing.
fuck your margin. I never needed it. Fuck you.
When you said SNL movies, I thought I would know. I thought I wouldn't know a single one of them, but I know every single one of these movies.
I think for a very long time I did not realize these were SNL sketches either. I just knew they were
I
movies.
didn't either.
movies, yeah.
Until literally this moment, I learned that these were SNL sketches when I was right now
Dude,
years old.
Somebody in the chat pointed out that the Coneheads is where Red Hot Chili Peppers' "Soul to Squeeze" was, which came out of the same recording sessions as the Blood Sugar Sex Magic album, but was held back only to be released on the Coneheads soundtrack, and which is why you could see Coneheads in the video for "Soul to Squeeze."
Okay, interesting anecdote.
No, that was a big thing. And also, I think I remember they wound up taking that SNL season. They took like a full month off in the middle of their season because so much of the cast was shooting Coneheads.
Shooting Coneheads? Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
They had Dan
For whatever
Aykroyd,
reason, they couldn't
Chris
make it
Farley
work.
was
during
in
the
it.
summer.
David Spade, Michael McKean, Jane Curtin.
Was there Coneheads too?
No.
Yes, it was called "Flowers for Algernon."
That
A weird departure from their normal format.
A bold vision executed.
There's a lot to unpack on that one. Brian,
I mean, the
No
funny
comment.
about that joke is that I was trying to tag it with something that Algernon would do, and then I realized that I didn't know any more Conehead references.
Although, tip of the hat to Theater Monkey in the chat for calling out the Art of Noise Dragnet remix. Oh man, Art of Noise. That is some videos that we have to deconstruct. When they did that whole Kiss remake with Tom Jones and shit. So much Art of Noise. All right, it's not landing. Fine, go. Keep going.
No,
bonus-
this is something that we do have to visit because I don't really know a lot about it.
Post show. Patreon.com/nightattack.
for a bonus point, Brian, within $1 million, how much did Coneheads make domestically?
23 million.
$23 million? Locked in?
Yep.
The most that I know about Coneheads was that they had a big tie-in with Subway, because I remember I really liked Subway at the time, and everything was Coneheads related. And I remember a commercial where they ate an entire Subway sandwich.
They consumed mass quantities. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember their spaceship looked like their head, because that's a thing alien societies do, is they design their spaceships to look like their heads.
Yeah. I mean, it's what we do, right? We have elongated heads.
That's right. All right. Well, you consumed a little too many mass quantities, Brian.
Uh-oh.
21.2 million.
Oh,
is what we were
so
looking for. You were
close!
Really, really
I
close.
was
on that.
800,000 away. Damn it. Oh.
All right. We are in the final round here. It is 2 to 1 to 3. Our final round here is for
Perfect. Just as I predicted.
3 points. And we are talking about, let's do this one. The 2000 comedy film, The Ladies' Man.
Oh, my God.
Ooh, it's the lady.
It's the lady.
The Ladies'
This
Man.
is
We're
Tim
gonna-
Meadows,
Tim
right?
Meadows, Karen
course.
Parsons, Billy D. Williams is in it, Will Ferrell.
Yeah, Will Ferrell's the bad guy.
Brian, we're going to start with you here on our final 3-point round.
9%.
Brian's going to say 9%. Justin.
Sure as I know that Greco-Roman wrestling is the only pure form of competition, I know that the ladies' man had a 21% tomatometer.
21%. All right. Lobro.
I don't even know if I know what movie this is.
Wait, the whole bit was Tim Meadows just said it was basically the
lady.
basically kind of the Old Spice character before the Old Spice commercial came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had that glass of Cavatier.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember this.
It's a very
I'm literally
dated-
just gonna guess between again and go 10%. I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, so the sketch was that he is doing a call-in show, and people would call in, and he would have hilarious advice for their, love problems, right?
Perfect. Nowadays, it's 2019. Those people can come to my show for my new love show that we were just talking about.
That's right.
Nailed it.
On the down low with the Lobro.
On the down Lobro watch. That's right. So what was your answer, Lobro?
10%. I'm just.
Ooh,
I don't know.
cutting Brian out.
Yeah, wait, I was 9%.
Sorry.
That's, well.
Gotta play the game.
You gotta play the game. That's right.
All right.
All right, and with that, we do have a winner. Off by 1%. Our winner today is Lobro.
God damn it. God damn it. Fucking 11. Fuck off.
11%.
God. I guessed out of
Justin,
my ass. I had no idea.
all right. Get Lowbro off the screen. God damn it, Justin. Look, we don't need to get trapped in an elevator. We don't need to go on some kind of corporate retreat. I just want to say, in all sincerity, I feel your pain. Okay, you and I are closer in kinship than we have ever been, and it's thanks to this fucking disaster of a fucking game. Oh, God damn it! Whatever, Mikey. Go back to Dallas.
The fact that this accidentally ended with somebody else Baby's Day outing their way into a game theory that lost you the game, it just lights up my insides. As if, like E.T. touched my heart. Like, that's how happy I am that Lobro Baby's Day outed his way into a game theory.
God damn it.
Oh, goodness. Well,
Do you guys realize I won last time too?
Yes. Look, we get
so
it.
I think that's what we might call subtext. But thank you again to BioCal who put this list together. Thank you very much. We're going to try and send him a sticker pack from stickersordif.com. If you
indeed.
have a game or a list of data that we can use to make a game and we use it as a game, we will get you some free stickers. All you got to do is send it in via email, mail, mail, at nightattack.tv. Send it in. Thank you.
All right, man. Look, let's do a little bit of that diamond time.
Of course, Brian. Diamond Time is where you can go to our Reddit page. Get your project shouted out. diamondclub.reddit.com or reddit.com/r/diamond club. The post at the top of the page is where you need to go. Stickied, and the top 3 get read. We begin with Zaplonix. I've been working on a couple things that I wanted to share with everybody. First, it's an interactive Twitch version of Chat Realm Feud. The game asks the questions, the chat provides the answers, and the streamer has to guess it all. It's the game you expect, but with a few twists along the way. There's nothing to install. Just get your favorite streamer to head on over to twitch.tv/feud_bot, and the game does the rest. Or if you're more musically inclined, check out publicdomainmusic.github.io, where I am in the process of releasing every song I've ever written for free. Why? Because music should be free to everyone.
Meanwhile, sign Brian's Black Child writes in, update time, D. Kliznizzy. I'm getting a second job interview with a software company, but now I've run out of funds. I've tried to avoid asking for financial help. Longtime listeners will know that he has asked for help for interviews and so on. But he's hit a wall. He says, I'm in immediate need of help to pay my bills as I've been declined reemployment and food assistance. I have a GoFundMe active at gofundme.com/f/signlights. That's SCYNELIGHTS. Capital S, capital L. Everyone in Diamond Club has been so helpful and supportive during all this. Thank you all for helping me to keep my sanity and reminding me that I can bounce back. Seriously, I fucking love you all. Also, fuck Comcast.
I mean, that's something we can all get behind.
Yeah.
Baseball Cleric writes, okay, fuckos, I just made a Reddit account this weekend, not to promote myself or my project, but to promote my buddy, Adam, who deserves recognition. They're an amazing musician that really deserves to be known by more people. I find myself humming and singing their originals often. Check them out at this link, which I can't say over an audio podcast, Baseball Cleric. Or Madam Adam, that is Madam and then Adam as in the particle, ATOM, on YouTube. If you like the music, and of course you will, consider giving them a sub. She's got new stuff every week. Can we just play just like a couple seconds of whatever's here?
I saw nothing, just a blank void. I was suffering, so I drew in and I shut down on the verge of another breakdown. So I crawled out on a guardrail and I called out, if your God's real, wouldn't you be the one dropping the soap in your own?
Very nice.
Pretty good.
That's good, man. That's like, it reminds us of like some 90s shit. I like that.
Yeah, man. Shout out your projects, diamondclub.reddit.com. Shall we take a moment for the movie drop minute?
Draft Minute presented by CosmicRadio.tv for the week of July 15th, 2019. I'm your host, Roberto Villegas. Because we're near the end, I want to say thanks to Dan Dirks for powering and making the amazing spreadsheet that gives me all the numbers that I need at the ready. If I could only have one feature, I wish I could sort the teams out. The only reason I'm talking about this now is because, honestly, nothing has changed, and I need some sort of banter. So let's just go read the numbers, even though they're roughly the same. Team Hammerson is in 6th place, $263.7 million. Team Sword and Laser is in 5th place, $564.3 million. Team Grant, Beerist, is in 4th place, $678.4 million. Team Attack is in 3rd place, $692.2 million. Team John Trekker is in 2nd place at $773.4 million. And in 1st place with $881.9 million, it's Team Frog Pants. And that is your movie for the week of July 15th, 2019.
All right, Justin, how much money is It Chapter 2 going to make? To my surprise, it doesn't even come out till freaking like next month or a month from now. I'm already seeing ads for it in the theaters. Of course, same thing is true of Lion King. John Trekker is at 773. They're only like 90 million away from number one, but they've got to get far enough ahead that Sword and Laser can't catch up with the Lion King, and they're currently 300 million behind number one. So obviously, I don't know. I don't think Sword and Laser can catch up because Lion King's not going to do more than 400 million, is it?
I mean, I don't think so. The buzz on it isn't great. Obviously, it'll certainly do more than 200 million. But really, our only hope, because It Chapter 2 ends the draft, so they only have a month, right? They have 4 weeks of money to get out of it, and we can only hope that it totally tanks.
I mean, I don't know what that does for us one way or the other. I mean, outside of
no, because you don't have to live next to both of these people. Like, you don't have to live next to both of Brett and John and eat their poop all the time when they keep winning this game.
And they are both not shy about rubbing it in your face.
No, and they have no one else to talk to about it. Like they dominate this little corner of the internet that they barely have a relationship with, and the entire reason for them doing it is rubbing it in my face because I invented the game and I can't win it, no matter how hard I try.
God damn it. Yeah. Well, fingers crossed for Team Sword and Laser. Everybody buy tickets.
I heard that it's not coming out. I heard they canceled it. So that's my new official position, is that it is not coming out anymore, which is weird.
It moved to next year. Who knew?
Yeah, it looked good. Turns out they didn't. No one's gonna go see it.
We're gonna assign you the local Kids Day matinee of The Last Unicorn instead. I think that's a fair trade. Enjoy your $5,000.
By the way, did you see? Have you seen the clip for Hakuna Matata that they put out?
Mm-mm. Is it bad?
I think it just kind of typifies the questionable element of making a photorealistic Lion King.
Can we take a look at that for purposes of
for purposes of just because this was aired on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
This was played on national television as promotion for the Lion King, and we're certainly not promoting that everybody go see the Lion King because it would possibly make John Trekker not win. But this was a clip. I guess it's Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen and Donald Glover.
Before we even see this, my 15-year-old daughter is not a fan of this remake. She's like, Dad, it's just, and I think I've said this before, it's just the Lion King, only with all the animals having dead eyes. What if you just had all the animals expressionless and barking out their lines?
Look, Brian, your daughter, you have a teenage daughter, right? She's full of piss and vinegar. Let's see if you change your mind upon seeing this clip.
Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata, Hakuna. It's our problem free.
What the fuck?
Philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
What? Is this even?
Actually, this unauthorized clip seems to not exactly be great. I think it's.
Hakuna Matata, Hakuna.
What is
Matata.
No, this is not it.
I mean,
This is the clip.
it's not a
No.
The fidelity of it is
I saw
bad.
on the Jimmy Kimmel Twitter account that got put out.
No.
Now the audio might be echoey or whatever, but that's the visuals. That's literally the visuals of Hakuna Matata.
I don't know. I don't know that that the audio being properly synced makes it any better. it's you're just looking at a dog and somebody off camera making up words for the dog to be saying.
Yes, that's what.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it.
Dude, Penny was so right. It's just the Lion King with dead eyes.
I hate to admit it. Like, all the other kids expect me to take them.
You're not gonna go?
And Penny was screaming, "They just have dead eyes." And I go, "Penny, would you quit being so jaded? I mean, come on. They're good. There'll be some joy." And then I watched that. And I'm like, ugh.
Oh my God! You can just go back. There's a point in which Donald Glover, but obviously at the height of all of his powers, being given this franchise, is having to sing Hakuna Matata, right? And that is the point in which it goes from the child actor singing to him, the adult Simba singing, and they have him do the like ah, and he's like doing this kind of high note. But for those of you who are only listening, they cut away. They do a wide shot of the animals running when you should think that that's like the close up when Simba's like, ah, like he's having a good time. No, they cut away. Here, it's right here.
It's not okay. All right, I can't.
I think I don't know that the narrative on this movie has changed in the past 6 months. So I,
No,
in that it looks
you're
bad.
right, Bryce, because this was basically like Black Panther for kids. This was going to be like the cultural moment that like everyone's gonna go to the theaters and everyone's gonna recognize that this classic that we all recognize is an amazing classic. We're gonna recognize the talent of this great cast that was assembled with amazing fanfare, and they just have dead eyes.
I will say,
Black
Toilet
Panther for kids. I'm
like
dead.
I don't
That's all
want to
gotta
give
say.
even one tip of the hat to Team John Trekker because I don't want to hear about it. But in fact, actually, maybe I will just so I can say you're welcome when they rub it in our faces. But Toilet Bug is right. That It 2 trailer with the creepy grandma is amazing and
Oh, it's
creepy
great.
beyond words.
Yeah, I mean it terrified the living crap out of me. Like that one trailer, I'm like, that is one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
And it was such an awesome, bold thing where it's like, we're not going to explain nothing. It's not about the movie. You just want to, you want to see 90 seconds that'll make you shit your pants. Enjoy.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Bryce, what do you say we sashay on into the Diamond Club?
Yeah, let's.
Join us for drinks in the Diamond Club.
The Diamond Club. That sounds grand.
That's super grand. This is the part of the show where we read your emails that you send into mail@nightattack.tv, like this one from Dr. Stooge. The subject line is suggestion for Bryce's next sport. Hello, Brian, Justin, and especially Bryce. After the AAF folded, there was talk of what Bryce's new sport to follow would be, but nothing ever came of it. I know it's been a while since then, but I would like to make a suggestion. Soccer, or football, as it's called in pretty much the rest of the world, and specifically Major League Soccer in the U.S. It has an interesting history dating back to the 1800s, but it can trace back its roots to rugby and soccer in England. The real reason I am suggesting soccer, though, is because Austin is getting its own MLS team, the Austin FC, that will start in 2021. They're building a stadium at McCalla Place, so that's a season away, which will give me plenty of time to learn the game. Thanks for always putting out some awesome content every week. Diana Fire, Dr. Stooge. Thanks, Dr. Stooge.
That's
know.
interesting because your journey, for those who hadn't heard, was that Bryce, sort of out of nowhere was like, all right, I'm going to come to football and somebody assign me a team to root for and give me a reason to root for them. And Justin did that.
came up with a list, and I picked the Ducks. Go Ducks! And then the AAF happened after the Super Bowl, and then folded almost a season in. So yeah, I don't know. Soccer just go out of season? Didn't soccer just wrap up? I mean,
Yeah,
they just had the World
they
Cup.
just had the World Cup, didn't they?
No, I mean, well, soccer kind of like never really goes out of season because somebody is always playing something, or at least to my sense of it.
Hey,
My only thing with you with soccer is like you are into, and correct me if I'm wrong, if this is not an accurate justification, but you're not really even into like the hipster element of I like a sport that is like so ironic, it's post-ironic, and now I'm really subscribing to the Pac-12 over the air network or whatever.
Sure.
Like and I'm bafflingly into the AAF for whatever fucking reason.
I actually,
because
sport.
he already knows the rules and he understands the game, and it's just happening at a different time of year.
Understood. Yes. And look, I want to nurture this. So, in the grander sports world, the biggest hipster fans in America are soccer fans.
Yeah.
They love it. There's much of the basically, if you root for soccer in America, you are the anime fans to the wider world of I like to watch sitcoms, right? Like fucking football is Friends, right? And soccer is Evangelion. Like that is kind of like how it works in the grand sports landscape.
Okay.
So I almost wonder whether or not it's too on the nose for you, because I kind of feel like you like this underbelly of the larger thing, but I don't know. It's up to you.
The things about soccer that don't interest me are they're always on European time, so they're always in the morning or in the middle of the night, and the low scoring. I like college football because they score points and have fun.
Well, and also there are discrete moments. There are chapters.
Sure.
There are miniature chapters in football that there aren't in soccer. It's sort of like one big rambling
it all just
narrative.
kind of goes for about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I will say about the MLS and coming to Austin.
Mm-hmm.
The MLS has effectively resurrected itself as a league as soon as it realized we are cheap and we are a party.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to show up early. You're going to have a good time with a bunch of people around your age. Everyone's going to be really into the game. You're going to get a really great crowd experience. And then everyone's going to party afterward. And then hopefully there's Ubers involved.
See,
I think if I can get some other local friends to get into it, that would be a good time.
I was telling Brian, I was like, I think I want to do do the soccer thing and go support our local team. Like I couldn't get into the bats. We got the
ice bats.
The ice bats.
Yeah.
It just seemed too weird for Austin.
Don't we have the Austin Bold?
It seemed too hopeless.
Yeah.
To have a hockey team coming out of Austin, but but soccer. I mean, if you didn't play football, you played soccer, and
so all right, look.
So I feel like it has enough players to draw from in the area that you can get a really authentic experience.
I've got a totally different
and a
take.
great
Sure,
crowd.
Two things. First of all, Justin talking about soccer being the anime, that makes me realize that real quick. Today is a very special day. Today is the day that the movie Akira takes place, because in 1988, Neo Tokyo got nuked, and then on July 16th, and Akira takes place 31 years later. So that's today. July 16th, 2019.
Okay.
Second of all, here's a crazy idea, sideways idea. We were out to brunch on Sunday, and
I should go to brunch.
I'm chatting.
Yeah.
I agree.
And
Price.
out
Yes,
of the
locked
corner
in.
of my eye, there's a soccer game on, and I tend to get distracted. I keep looking over at the soccer game, and then after 5 fucking minutes of this soccer game, they pan out and reveal that they're playing FIFA 2019,
Oh, yeah,
and that
yeah.
it's esports on TV, and I realized that the reason it looked like fucking soccer is because FIFA
It's so far away.
Well, is built to look like it apes the tropes of television. So here
Yeah.
you have a television station that is showing the real competition. The real competition being two individuals actually competing, playing a simulation of a sports game that intentionally apes the trappings of a television representation of the sports game.
Sure.
And then anyway, esports. Consider esports.
I love it.
You know, I never got into FIFA. Like some of the people I watch on Twitch actually do play FIFA mostly because it's like this. They just get to talk over it and be funny. But there are a lot of different esport games out there. They're putting a lot of money into that.
Well, especially, and I think Overwatch might be a good one because they're really doing it right.
I just feel out of place with Overwatch. I haven't played it in so many years.
Also, I think that there's an element. The thing that I think the Oregon Ducks experiment kind of revealed in Bryce is that there's an element of Bryce that really wants to be a sit in a sports bar, root for the team fan.
Well, and now hold on. Before
we unironically
spent
went
like
to a
5
sports bar
hours
and watched with no sound an Oregon Ducks game to support Bryce's sports fandom, and Bryce was in it. It was not just for laughs. He had Twitter open that he could engage with other like-minded Ducks fans.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's watching this game. Bryce wants to be engaged. He wants to be dialed in. But I have to say, MLS, it's not bad. Although I do think that the final destination for you, Bryce, is NBA Twitter. NBA Twitter is where you're eventually going to end. I'm just saying.
Although I will just one more last on the esports.
Okay.
I get you. You're not invested in Overwatch. You probably want something with a little more strategy, a little more thinking. Have you considered watching Hearthstone? It might be a lot of fun to learn how that game is played.
Grandmaster Championships at BlizzCon this year. Who's in? Anybody?
As someone who loves Overwatch, I'm sort of offended by the idea that it's not competitive or doesn't have strategy to it. Come at me, play me a game. I'll prove you wrong.
That's fine. No, I don't know. Though I do think soccer or Austin probably has a lot of soccer would be on TVs here in Austin. I bet.
Oh,
I mean,
if it's a
it
local
already
team,
is. Yeah.
I think you would be tapping into that.
Though, okay, the other thing is
into
I don't know that I want to do a local team. Like with college football, I could have done the Longhorns, but I also didn't want to
that wasn't in alignment with the character that you wanted to root for.
Or yeah, Longhorn. It's serious. Like Texas and American South football is real serious.
Yeah.
Where all the Pac-12 stuff is they're good teams, but
yeah,
And also, it's you are deciding how much you engage.
Yeah.
If you go out and you hashtag something Ducks, you're okay, I'm the guy who makes a funny joke but is very serious about how much he likes the Ducks, and no one's gonna be like, hey, wait, do you know who quarterbacked the team in 1984? Fucking fake fan asshole. And if you went to a bar in Austin, then you might get that with some UT fans because they take that shit really, really seriously. There,
it's serious, and it's if I'm gonna be a casual fan, I don't want to be in the waters of everyone who's got it real serious. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at soccer and see what the options
that's the one thing I will say is that number one, you'd be literally a day one fan if you became a fan of the Austin MLS team.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard is that literally now the MLS has, again, they've resurrected their league being a party league now. You show up, drink, have a good time, be really into the game. The tickets are dirt cheap. Somebody said that they got season tickets for $250.
Oh, wow.
So they are just literally, they're priced to move, get you into the thing. If they had one in Oakland, I'd go, but it's in San Jose.
Can I tell you?
What if we got a box for our company and we just went and did the whole,
that sounds like an expenditure.
But they're dirt cheap.
You could hang your little banner that says
scam stuff or something. I don't know.
Hard sell, Bonnie. Real hard sell.
But what I'm curious is, like, was this ever for, like, the community side of it? Because I feel like the only reason to even get into sports of any sort is to have some kind of, like, community fun.
A little bit, but also I kind of like football. So it wasn't too much on the community stuff. It was just, I don't know. I like football. I want a reason to watch some football. And so that was the docs. I'll take a look at soccer and I'll update on the show.
Take a look. I think that if I were around your age and there were an MLS league starting right now, like in my town, I would consider doing it.
Okay.
True fact. One of the most funs I've ever had at a live event was arena football. Consider arena football.
Dude, arena football, knowing nothing, it's so fun to watch.
It really is.
I went to one like Orlando Predators versus Tampa Storm game like years and years ago, and it was like a cockfight. It was insane. The energy in that stadium was like off the charts. They scored every 5 seconds. Like everything was. It was like the closest thing you could have to a home run derby as a professional. A contested sporting event.
It was straight up. If you've ever seen the movie Starship Troopers, somebody watched that and said, "Yeah, we can make this work," and then they did it, and it's called arena football.
We have one more question here. This is from Sign. That's the question for Magic Attack. Sign writes. So as you all might have been aware, I'm no longer. he's got a mean bone for Comcast. I'm no longer suckling on Mama Comcast's teat, and I've been working different gigs to get by. As you guys have made it into the realm of being made men, what advice do you have for someone with no savings and the willingness to do kids' birthday parties? Love, Sign.
Well, number one, congratulations. If you're doing kids' birthday parties, you are doing factually the hardest gigs on the planet. Yeah. Congratulations.
Kids hate magic.
You are beginning with the trial by fire that the fire that will temper you for everything. It is nothing to get booed off the stage at America's Got Talent after you've been booed out of the room by a kid's birthday party.
Justin, any insights?
Yeah. I mean, in terms of going forward, in terms of gigging, like, look, I don't know. I've never gigged as a magician, but I would say that
you sell yourself short. I forget the name we used for the all set up magician.
I mean, yeah, but that was fun, right? Like, I mean, that was the thing I was doing. Like, it was artistically risky in that I could have ruined the audience for that show, right? That was not mine and did not know who I was. At least a fair amount of the audience did not. But like that was the only risk. The risk was that I annoyed the other performers on the show because you would find it funny if I bombed. So like I knew I was a made man with you. But yeah, I mean, look, I would say it's similar to any pursuit. Like if you want to make a living in the arts, it's really hard. And magic, at the very least, has pathways in which you can go to restaurants or you can advertise yourself for kids magic that like, hey, look, people are used to paying for that. Is it the most glamorous shit in the world? No. Is it a way that you can make money doing something that you, at the very least, will get a worth out of practicing things more in challenging environments? Yes.
Yeah, I say go for it. Best thing ever. My exercise when I first got started in Magic is I had imaginary conversations with all my heroes, and I asked them in this imaginary conversation, have you ever had a gig go really sideways? And I couldn't even imagine the imaginary version of all of my heroes saying, no, pretty much all my gigs go great. Instead, the imaginary version of them had epic tales to beat the band of horrific stuff gone sideways. So go collect some of those horrific tales. They're the most valuable thing you have.
There we go. Thank you very much for writing in, Sign, and thank you everybody who sends in emails, mail at nightattack.tv. That's where we read your emails at the end of the show, which is what this is.
Oh, shit. Come see us, San Diego Comic-Con. Justin and I are going to be hanging out at a bar.
Yeah, we're going to be at a bar early on Friday. Like, we're going to open that shit.
Yes,
and
that's
open. Daughters are going to be there.
That is an accurate representation of our current plans. It's going to be great.
And then, of course, if you are in the Austin area, that is August 27th, Tuesday, at the Out of Bounds Comedy Festival. We will be at the place 19 years ago Brian began his performance career. We're coming back, baby, and we're going to conquer it in the name of Night Attack. Go ahead and check out the Out of Bounds Comedy Festival, and we'll get you ticket information as soon as we can.
LowBro, where do you direct everybody to see your LowBroing?
Twitch.tv/LowBro watch.
I'm sure we asked this before, but like, was LowBro already taken and you're like, LowBro watch?
It's already taken from some, unknown user, but believe it or not, there's actually another LowBro that's more well known on Twitch than me. Yeah, there is. His name is LowBro Cop, and he's an awesome streamer. He's
in my mind, he has like 2 neon lights behind him, and you're like, fuck this motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. I will see you and raise you the following 78 Hue bolts.
Anyway, I like to talk about personal growth and self-development. That's like my passion. So if that's something you're interested in, come by my channel.
Do you ever have guests on? I would love to. You and I have this in common. We talked about it last time. I would love to participate sometime.
I would love to have you on, Brian, and it's something I've been working on slowly. I'm getting there.
All right. You don't need to say it. I know where this is headed. You only invite people who win games against LowBro, and none of us qualify. That's fine.
Step your game up.
I know you're like, I know we're joking and that's hilarious, but I would actually love to have you on, and I do have a podcast coming out and all that stuff, and I'll be in touch. I got your number. We talked about it last time, but I got you on my list, Brian. And you too, Justin. I'd love to have either of you and Bryce on.
Anytime, friend. Anytime. You know that. Everybody, go ahead and check them out. Twitch.tv/LowBro Watch. I swear to God, if anybody who is watching us live right now is not following him, we're not friends if you don't go do it right now. He's one of our favorites, and please make sure that he keeps coming back. Brian, what do we learn?
We learned that LowBro should start a new show about lighting called Hues the Boss.
Hues the Boss!
We learned that should not be his relationship advice show.
We learned that that it's best to just wander into cons and just assume you'll get badges.
Yes. We learned that he does a YouTube channel. It's called Jacksepticeye.
And most of all, we learned that we love you guys. Do us a favor. I want all of you to die in a fire.
See you next Tuesday.
Also, the Bit Boss, Katal Stala, our only fan, has been, and always will be. Nobody else exists. We do this show for nobody.
The best ever.
Night attack. Night attack. Night attack. Night attack. Night attack. Night attack. I love you.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.